And so whenever they're put under pressure, they can't handle it. And so we shouldn't be surprised when they lose goals. You know, I'm watching this game and I'm thinking, we always talk about the best goalkeepers earn the team 10 points. You know, your Edersons, your Allisons, way back in the day, your Shiltons.
I thought you were going to say your Shakas then.
We've got a Shilton.
Your Shakas.
Easy mistake to make.
Your Shiltons.
Easy mistake to make. I understand.
I was just going to say your Shakas. And actually, it's the same at the other end of the table. The goalkeeper position, whether it was Danny Ward or Everson, is costing them points, and it's going to relegate them because, oh my goodness, if you look at the scoreline, please don't think that this was a close game.
Right.
It could have been 10-3, and Leicester missed a penalty, but when they scored the goals, it was almost like, oh, how did they do that? You know, and it wasn't. There was in no stage when they scored did you go, oh, wait a minute, the comeback's on. Nothing like that at all. This was a complete and utter wash. Fulham were way superior. And how Leicester end up with 5-3, I don't know.
To that point, even when Maddison scores his penalty, doesn't bother to celebrate.
No.
I mean, that's it. It is exactly as Stevie's describing, and that's how it looked. And quite clear from Maddison's reaction, that's how it felt on the park. Listen, you sympathise with Leicester. I think Leicester, you know, given what they did back in was it 2016, everybody has a soft spot for them. But Gab was talking about the financial issues that become the owners because of the pandemic, and then they having to sell, moving on the likes of Kasper Schmeichel, and yes, Everson was not good at all today. I still think he's an upgrade on Ward, who played so much of the season for them. So it's been a really difficult time for them. But truth be told, and this result kind of sums it up, or this performance maybe summed it up, they aren't good enough for this division. This version of Leicester simply isn't good enough for the Premier League.
There was, of course, one more game as well. That was the late kick-off that we saw Nottingham Forest take on Southampton. A huge game regarding survival. Saints, you felt, had to win it. Well, they didn't. They lost by 4 goals to 2. Nottingham Forest then taking all 3 points from this tie. So let's just take a look in a little more detail about what these results mean regarding the relegation scrap. Southampton are done. Mathematically, they can still obviously stay up, but they won't. They will be going down. Now, who will be joining them? According to the bookies, it's Leicester and Leeds. There are 3 games remaining for everyone in this scrap. Can we go to the remaining fixtures for these respective sides? Because it's interesting when you take a look at who the opponents are, what they've got to play for. Obviously, that is going to have some significance in this conversation as well. Everton have got City, then Wolves and Bournemouth. You wouldn't mind that, really. Forest have got Chelsea, Arsenal, Palace. Obviously not ideal. Leicester have got Liverpool, Newcastle, West Ham. And Leeds have got Newcastle, West Ham and Spurs. For you, Mario, who's going to be joining Southampton in the Championship next season?
If Leicester plays like this, I'm worried about them. And let me see. I think Everton just made it just now. You know, like the way they came out. I think they're kind of safe. Nottingham. Yeah, I'm worried about. Then the next one would be. It will be Leicester and Leeds. I'm worried about.
Yeah, I think you look at those run-ins. Leicester and Leeds have got the worst of it.
Yeah, I mean, Leicester's not beating Newcastle or Liverpool.
No
chance. And so to have a chance, they have to beat West Ham, which, again, I don't think they'll beat West Ham. And Leeds have got a slightly easier 3 games, but again, it's a toss of a coin who defends worse, Leicester or Leeds. So, and even though Big Sam is there...
Oh, I forgot he was there.
Seriously. Honestly, they could take Pep on loan for these last 3 games and still have no chance. But they're not doing anything against Newcastle. I don't see them doing anything. I know they're at home to Tottenham in the last day, and that's possible. But you just wouldn't back... You just wouldn't back them, Shaq, wouldn't you?
Well, a big result for Everton, wasn't it? I'm stating the obvious,
huge,
I know. But
huge. I think Leicester are gone, and to your point, that Leeds could take Pep on loan if you are Sam, you've got an upgrade on Pep at least. So never mind that. But yeah, I think Leicester and Leeds are the two doomed. Leicester, they've just been too awful. Leeds have a difficult run and timed poorly for them. You know, you have Newcastle who still vying for a top 4 race that's a lot tighter at this point than I ever thought it would be. Spurs, who I think are out of that, but will at least want to make a fist of things. Those are the teams I fear for Leicester and Leeds.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.